Oh, sorry. Hey, it's PT with the German GP review. Man, I'm sorry. I just woke up. I don't know if it's from the heat from the German GP or just the German GP. I mean, let's be honest here. The racing really wasn't the actual racing. The actual racing really wasn't that good, but it's still MotoGP, which, like I always said, it's still like pizza. When it's bad, it's still pretty good. Anyway, let's get right to it. Hey, listen, let's just be honest. This season didn't really turn out like we really thought it was going to. I mean, remember, and I think the telltale sign was in the beginning. You know, that docu-series came out, and it really wasn't as good as we thought it was going to. I thought it was good, but, it didn't turn out like we thought it was going to. And then Mark goes out. Suzuki gets an abortion. I'm not going to carry this team long term, so I don't care what you do, but I'm not going to have this team anymore. And then I think the technology made the racing not as good because, the tire pressure goes up. And so, the actual racing is not that close. It's still good, but it's not that close. And so I think it's what you get is what we get now. It's not very much passing. And it's like, but anyway, let's get right to it. I always start off with Moto 3. Moto 3, Izan Guevara. Where did this kid come? I'm telling you, man, that gas team, they got a great problem. They got two teenagers who don't really get on with each other. You can just tell they kind of, but still they're teenagers. So you never know what's going to turn out with those two, man. They are crazy. It's going to be a great season. I thought Izan Guevara did an ass kicking. I mean, those guys are still getting that boot removed from their ass. Great job at Izan Guevara, but rider of the race, it's got to go to Denis Anchu. Anchu went from 24th to 7th. Good job for him. Heartbreak goes to Scott Ogden. Scott Ogden started 10th, and he had a vicious high side. Scott, I hope you're okay, buddy. But great racing. Watch out, man. Moto 3 is wide open, but Sergio Garcia continues to pick up those points. Although he made a mistake at the end, he continues to pick up those points. Good for him. Let's go to Moto 2. Moto 2. I thought Moto 2 had the best racing of the day. I really did. I thought the actual racing in Moto 2 was the best racing of the day. Pedro Acosta is just a beast. When Sam Lowe's, when they touched, Acosta didn't even acknowledge he was there. It's like, boom. It's just part of racing. That kid is the most intense young kid I've ever seen in my life. It's like when he smiles, it looks weird. That's how intense he is. Our former president, Donald Trump, when he smiled, they go, oh shit, this is weird. We see somebody evil smile, it's like, oh. And it's like, that's the way it was in Pedro Acosta. When he smiles, it's like weird. He's so intense. But great race by him. But Augusto Fernandez, great job on him. He's with a good team. His second victory. I'm telling you, Moto 2 is wide open, and no one's mentioning Joe Roberts. Joe Roberts is putting in good rides. Great for Joe. He should have won that last race in Barcelona. I feel so bad for him, but watch out for Joe, man. Joe's looking great. Rider of the race, though, for Moto 2, I got to give it to Aaron Canet. He had a busted nose. I don't know if you guys have ever had a broken nose and try to do anything. I don't know, like breathe. Much less race a motorcycle at breakneck speed. He was crying in his helmet, not because he's a pussy, but just because he had a broken nose. He couldn't breathe. He was bleeding. This guy's a beast. He's a rider of the race, in my opinion. He finished the race. So Canet is rider of the race. Heartbreak goes to Celestino Vietti. Oh, my God. He just let the championship was wide open now for what he did. I don't think it's the pressure. It's just one of those things. I think it's one of those tracks, and it was hot. Just one of them weekends. Usually he does a good salvage job, but, man, he could not salvage this. So, bad. I'm sorry for Vietti, but he's a heartbreak. And rider of the race, MotoGP, goes to Brad Binder. Brad Binder is the Sunday man. He's the South African Valentino Rossi. He races on Sunday. He does a great job, but you can only do so much. And heartbreak goes to, obviously, Pecco Bagnaia. Damn, Pecco. But here's the thing. Pecco, yeah, he's got to really claw back. But, I don't know if it's the commentators really pushing Pecco, but no one talks about Zarco. Zarco's third in the points. No one talks about Zarco, and I didn't realize this until I watched the press conference when a guy goes, hey, man, everybody's talking about Martin and Bastianini, the beast. Everybody's talking about them, but no one talks about Zarco. Tight shoes, Zarco is doing his thing. By the way, was he not hilarious in that right after the race? He goes, it was a hard race. I tried to keep up with Fabio, but I couldn't. Anyway, I am tired. And that was the end of the interview. I never seen it before. And he goes, I am tired. And that was it. Tight shoes Zarco kills me, man. He's a funny dude, but he was tired. I want to say he was out of shape, but even Jack Miller was like, I might, and I was trying to keep up with the bikes, but it was just so hot, mate. And he looked at Zarco and go, you going to make it? And Zarco looked at him like, I don't think so, bro. I mean, it was a hot race, and I feel bad for those guys. Seriously, it was 95 starting, so with all them leathers on. The funny thing about it is, MotoGP, it had to be hot because MotoGP made an adjustment in the press conference. They let those guys be in shorts. They were in their skivvies, basically. I mean, if you think about it, with MotoGP, we think about it, they might have to do that. They might have to go do what the young people do, like the next press conference, if it's hot, like have Fabio and whoever else gets a podium. And if Aleix gets a podium, have those guys just sit there in a cod piece, like maybe in the banana hammock. I mean, I think you'll get more female viewers just after the race. Just have Fabio just no shirt on, maybe like a little Speedo, and he's just sitting there with his banana hammock and you're going, is this MotoGP? And then maybe Fabio has an OnlyFans account, like OnlyFans. The next thing you know, like, what the fuck is happening to MotoGP? And then you go, Mom, what are you doing with that bottle of wine? And why are you shutting the door? Honey, MotoGP is about to be on. Don't disturb me. By the way, Fabio made pole. Mom, that's kind of creepy. Did you just lock the door, Mom? Shut up. Anyway, I thought it was good that Miller got the podium and he had a long lap penalty and he still got a podium. It was almost my ride of the race. But I had to give it to Brad Binder. But great job by Brad. But like I said, the racing is just, it's kind of just, it's not really like we want it to be. I hope they get it fixed out with the right device. I'm going to tell you something. Aleix Espargaro has to find that dog in him. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, that dog. He's got to be a dog, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a good racer, but sometimes I just feel like, and I hate seeing it, I just feel like maybe he kind of chokes a little bit, maybe the moment gets to him a little bit. I know he was supposed to win in Barcelona, and the race came and he made that mistake. Everybody makes that mistake, but, he didn't get the whole shot and it didn't, he was going to get a podium, but when that pressure's on, like Aleix, I hate to say it, but I hope I'm wrong. But I hope I'm wrong. But anyway, what just happened there? And that was another thought I just had. But anyway, I think Aleix has to get a dog in him. I mean, that move by Zarco, he went up inside him like, oh shit. Let me say something. Zarco's got that dog in him, but Zarco needs to get a win also. I think Zarco and Leish got to bring that dog out, what they got to do. Because when Fabio gets that whole shot, because Fabio knows he doesn't get the whole shot. Hey, it's a shit sandwich for him. So when he gets a whole shot, it's almost over. It's like a Lorenzo approach. When Lorenzo got the whole shot, it was done. And that's what racing is like in MotoGP now. It's like when we know those 2 years when Lorenzo won, it was so fucking boring because it was a parade. And that's what we got now in MotoGP. Unfortunately, with all the technology, they don't have to take that technology out by next season. Hey, Maverick was coming, and that technology screwed him. That technology is screwing the fans from watching a lot of passing because those guys can't pass. The tire pressure balloons up like somebody after Thanksgiving. You're like, ooh, man, my stomach's getting bigger. Man, I gotta quit eating. That's what it is. The tire pressure is making them blow up like my stomach after a Thanksgiving meal. That's what it is. They got to do something with the technology, bring that down. Hopefully, we'll get back to close racing and dodging. But let me tell you something. Fabio is riding the race. It's pretty much over at this point. Let's be honest. You really think Fabio's going to screw this up? But he's only 36, 32 points ahead, 34 points ahead. Aleix can do this. Zarco is kind of out of it, but he still can do it. Pecco, man, if I was Pecco, I think I'd go to New Orleans, get a hold of a witch doctor, and I'm sorry, but you got to get like a strand of Fabio's hair. Maybe, after he takes his helmet off, just get a strand of his hair, go to a voodoo doll and do what you got to do, man. Because, he is kind of out of it. He's going to have to kind of run the table, but he's definitely have to finish ahead of Fabio going into at least the last month of the season. And I don't know if he can do it then. But anyway, it's MotoGP. You never know. All it takes is, a couple DNFs, and he's back in it. He's got to run the table. It's still wide. It's still open, but hey, it's Fabio's to lose. I really can't see Fabio flubbing it up, but you never know. Off-season crash, off-season training accident. I hope it doesn't happen, but you never know. Maybe he falls in love with some chick and screws his head up. You never know. He might follow Will Smith. He might just go slap the shit out of Jack Miller during a press conference. That ain't gonna happen. But he might just slap the shit out of Jack Miller and go, you keep my name out your mouth. You never know. So, but for the most part, I just don't think Fabio is going to blow this. But like I say, you never know. Anyway, I had to get this in. Like I said, I didn't think the racing was that good. What's your opinions on this? You think the racing was kind of I don't want to hear you guys' opinions. I still think Moto2 had the best racing. I think Pedro Acosta is going to be, like I said, the superstar. But he's just holding the seat because I think if Ethan Guevara and Sergio Garcia get the Moto2, holy shit, GP is going to be even better. But here's the thing. as great as those guys are, and this is me just kind of being a dick, and tell me if I am, but nobody has that personality, like a Rossi personality. I think the racing's going to be better, but no one has that personality. When Jack goes, man, because Jack brings funny to everything. He makes you laugh in a press conference. And Fabio's great. He's giving that youthful energy, but I think you need, and that's just how it is. And racing can't just sell the sport. You need that statesman like Rossi. And I don't know. I mean, I love Fabio, and I hope Mark comes back. When Mark comes back, maybe we'll see. But I think it's where GP is. Like I said, maybe an OnlyFans account from the riders. Maybe that might be good. Get some females. Get some young females in racing. Who knows? Anyway, SBT for the German MotoGP review. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in Assen. Until then, you know the word. Bye.